Are you a person that loves to do your own thing, such as travel, farming, maybe even move from time to time? Well, maybe quite even often. Or you enjoy animals, the wildlife, just the outdoors, and just shining, doing your thing without any type of attachments or any types of harsh stipulations? If that's you, come here, my baby. I'm speaking to a nomad, and I love to sit at your table. So, out of all the blood types, why are you specifically called the nomad? Well, let's get into it. Let's see as to how eating according to your specific blood type can benefit you wholeheartedly. That way that you can get out and do all the things your beautiful heart desires. Bonjour, belles amies, qui joint ouye, m'suit bien, Wimmerly, Drika Chantrell, and welcome. You know, we got to do that one thing because I don't want y'all going around saying that that little Creole, that little Creole, little high priestess lady told y'all to do something and then y'all done fell out and then trying to sue me. No. So what do we talk about? The disclaimer. Before you decide to do anything that is life altering that you are not so sure about, make sure that you do the proper research and make sure that you consult with your primary care provider. Please take this as free will, and please make sure that you do and keep in mind that it is always important to make sure that you are safe first. Okay, since we have been talking about these blood types, I guess that you would like to know, what does this have to do with you, right? What does this absolutely have to do with you? Why do you feel as though that you should even consider following this action plan for you in order to improve your health and vitality? I'm going to say vitality for you, which reminds me of the Fool card, the person that is willing, the person that is resilient, the person that during childhood was able to adapt towards stressful situations, whereas you are emotional, but then also you were able to adapt and to realize when it was time to snap out of it and just get to work, get the job done. You may also have been a person that is known to love animals or love to do things such as farming, just being around the wildlife, different environments, and also traveling quite a bit. Not really having a stable household for the most part, basically adapting wherever you saw fit or your family saw what was appropriate at the time, but you still learned how to make it work. And that is why you are considered the nomad. You are the person that has a strong digestive system, but you are the person that has to make sure that you still balance and moderate some things. And that's okay. Since you are the nomad of the blood group, you kind of remind me of the knight in the tarot. The knights represent the Templar, the knights of the Templar when it comes to royalty and the palace. And when it comes to the royalty and the palace, the knight is the one who is the protector. The knight is the one who has to make sure that they stay energetic and physically active so that way that they do have the vitality and the energy to protect the emperor and the entire courtyard. That is what they are appointed for. And for you, you may have been the type of person or are the type of person that loves to stay physically active. You're the type of person that doesn't mind to have a balanced routine diet as long as you know what it is that you would like to consume on a consistent basis. You are able to adapt it into your life and to make it a lifestyle. So this type of thing for you, it can almost be a little walk in the park as long as you just stay in that Seven of Wands energy. Just stay vigilant. So let's go into the tendencies that you may have. As the nomad and blood type B, you are a person that can eat for the most part whatever you like, normally a balanced omnivore diet, but it is important that you keep in mind to be mindful of those flavorful foods that you love. As a type B, you love flavorful, savory foods such as meats, such as bacon, such as, those foods that just are enriched with nutritional value, which is already a good start for you. You may have loved Southern cooked meals, home-based meals, you know what I'm saying? Meals that are allowable to, be satiating for you and to allow you to digest if you are, again, eating properly. For some of you, you may not agree with the things that you consume into your body because this hasn't always been a lifestyle for you. And you have to know that when we are making different lifestyle changes, this has to start in the mind. If the mind doesn't start something, then the body is not going to move, because your body goes wherever your head goes. And we have to keep that mind as everybody as a whole, but especially for you, my blood type B or my nomad of the palace. Now, let's get into the fun part, which is the pro foods that you can have. So, as your veggies, you can have leafy greens, veggies, cabbages, you can have sweet potatoes, and for your fruits, you can have bananas, you can have papaya, you can have grapes, plums, and also pineapples. Who doesn't love a good pineapple? Your girl over here, I love a good pineapple, baby. Do I love them? You ain't gotta ask me twice, and don't threaten me with a good time. Lean meats, because we love meat, right? When it comes to your lean meats, make sure that you always get those eggs in. Make sure that you get you some lamb if that can, fit in your budget. I've never had lamb before I stopped eating red meat and just, pork or anything like that. All I eat is lean meats myself. I just eat poultry, fish, that's it. So basically what you eat is basically what I eat, okay? But we're not talking about me, we're talking about you. You even, if you dare, can try a rabbit. Now, rabbits are good luck, okay? So before you get one, make sure that they look like that they don't belong to the family before you just go picking the cutest rabbit that you ever could. That would make you feel bad, okay? If you don't want to feel bad, make sure that they ain't that cute. And don't do it too bad, okay? Just make sure you don't do it too bad. For your legumes, you can have beans and lentils, but it's very important that you make sure that you limit the peanuts or whatever has peanuts in it, and sesame. So that sesame chicken that you like, you can have chicken, but the sesame, it might not be so ideal if you overindulge in that. Now, you probably can have it every once in a while, like, as an outing or something like that. But when it comes to eating sesame seeds, although they look harmless to the eye, for you and your specific blood type B, that is not a good idea to just keep consuming it on a day-to-day basis or an excessive basis. Also, when it comes to the foods that you need to avoid. So now we're in the foods that you need to avoid. It's important for you to avoid foods such as tomatoes. You might not even like ketchup. If you found yourself not liking ketchup, it's probably because you are a blood type B. Also, keep in mind that corn that you like, the wheat or the buckwheat that you may just find yourself just tearing it up, just tearing it up with no remorse, that might not be so good for you, because that can slow down your metabolism and it can slow down the digestive process when it comes to the foods that are supposed to properly produce into your bloodstream so that you can have the vitality that we have been talking about. Also, when it comes to high processed foods and just high protein fats, you might not be able to do that. You have to take into consideration, also the bloodstream and clogging arteries and everything like that. Everything has to be enjoyable but moderate, and we can do that. It is doable. It is doable. You're not the only one, okay? I can do it with you. I've been doing it for 3 years. This is not my first rodeo. I'm not just talking and just telling you something that I researched. I'm speaking based off experience because I eat to my blood type. And guess what? You see me, right? I'm a little fine, a little bit. Last but not least, cut back on the drinking. Please cut back on the drinking. What does it do for you? Okay? What is that? All right, now no judgment zone here, but if you're overly doing it, you can still enjoy something ever occasionally, okay? But even Jesus enjoyed a little bit of wine. It's okay to just enjoy yourself, but again, this is all about practicality and balancing and just doing things in moderation while still enjoying yourself. We can do this. This is why the herbal practices and the Western practices are put together, so that it is manageable and doable. That way that you can take the moderate approach and you can take a practical approach and make this work for you. Which brings us to the beautiful part of the benefits and the light side of eating according to blood type B, which is enhanced vitality, the thing that we've been talking about. Just feel the difference also in your flexibility. For those of you that may do yoga, if you're eating according to blood type B, you will be able to bust the moves the way that you see fit for your program, or even if you have a partner, okay, whether you are in a masculine or a feminine or whatever you're in, it can help you more ways than one or more ways than none. So, if you are the nomad of your palace and you are ready to take control of your horse and you're ready to get on that battlefield when it comes to your highest capacity, then eating according to blood type B will be efficient for you. But that's only if you like. Thank you so much. And my name is Jerika Chantrell, also known as Blue Jay. And I can't wait to see you for your next upcoming energy forecast. Au revoir.